So I thought losing 70 pounds would fix everything for me, but in reality it didn't. And nobody warned me about what happens after the weight is gone, after you lose the weight. This is the dark truth and no one is gonna tell you about weight loss. For years, guys, I've told myself personally that if I lose all the weight that I need to lose, everything ultimately will be better for me. I'll be more confident in myself, I'll finally be happy, and people will have no choice but to respect me. But in reality, guys, this is not anything close to what I even imagined. For me personally, guys, before I decided to lose the weight and I was really big and overweight, I was in one of the most darkest points of my life. And ultimately, the truth is, it wasn't just about the physical body that was killing me. I'll never forget one particular moment that completely broke me. And I'll share that with you in a second. But overall, before I started my weight loss journey, I completely avoided looking into mirrors. I was so comfortable wearing baggy hoodies and baggy clothes in the middle of the summer. And for me, guys, I personally hated taking family photos. Every time my family and I would go on a vacation, I would always hide my face because I never wanted to see my face in photographs because I couldn't ultimately stand the way I was looking. But as I mentioned earlier, guys, there is one particular moment in life that I will never forget that was ultimately my breaking point. My family and I went to an amusement park and there was this roller coaster ride that I've been waiting hours to get on. I was super excited. I felt like a little kid again. But when it was finally my turn to get on this ride, I sat down, went to secure the safety belt, and it wouldn't close. My stomach was bulging and sticking over the belt. Even with an extension belt, my stomach was still too big and couldn't completely lock the safety belt into gear. We tried for about 20 minutes. So just imagine 20 minutes of me just sitting there, having employees try to buckle me up, try to move my big stomach out the way, try to make me fit into this seat, holding up the line, wasting people's time. And I could personally feel everybody staring at me in that moment. And after all that struggling and tussling just to get me into that seat, I had to get up and walk away because the seat wouldn't budge. So imagine that, hours in line, and I couldn't even go on the ride that I was dying to go on. That took over 2 hours of my time, all because of my weight and how big I was getting. So in that moment, guys, I knew I couldn't keep living like that. I didn't know the exact game plan and overall strategy that I was gonna use to change myself, my situation, but I made a promise to myself that I would never ever want to feel like that again in public, especially. But yeah, here's the thing nobody tells you about going through this fitness journey. And I really wish, guys, that I knew and grasped this concept before I started my fitness journey, is that overall losing the weight doesn't fix your mind. Yeah, you can drop 70 pounds, but ultimately you could still feel like the same insecure person, the same unconfident person staring back at you in the mirror. So essentially suffering from imposter syndrome. I thought that once I lose the fat, that I would automatically spark and just gain some new confidence that wasn't there to begin with. But you have to fully understand and fully grasp that your mental weight takes longer to adapt and really form itself than just simply losing the physical weight. And overall, be prepared for a lot of new changes when you start this journey, guys, because nobody tells you about the loneliness, and I would just say essentially the loneliness you're going to be going through throughout this whole journey. Like, you're going to feel lonely when you're the only one ordering the healthy meal when you're going out to eat with your friends, or when your coworkers want to take you out to lunch, but you have to keep repetitively refusing to go out to lunch with them because you know you brought your own meal prep and you have to eat your own meal plan, or because of those friends you have, they end up stop inviting you out to certain events and certain parties because they know you're going to be like a party pooper, or these friends of yours know that you're always going to keep saying no to them, so they don't even bother to ask you out sometimes, so you feel left out. Just overall, guys, people are just going to start acting weird to you, and especially when you're really taking your fitness journey serious, people are going to start acting differently towards you. And as a result, guys, you're going to end up doing a lot of things on your own. And what's even more important to understand, guys, is that even after you hit your goals, guys, you cannot stop at that point. You have to still continue to go on. The work never ends, guys. And when I came to that realization, that's when it hit me real quick. That overall, this journey was never solely about losing fat. It was overall about becoming the ultimate man that I knew I could become, which was a man that is very disciplined, confident, and proud of myself and who I'm becoming. Once I realized all these things, guys, overall, I could say that my overall confidence started to boost a little bit. Whenever I would walk into rooms, especially in my work environment, I know that I'm the only one putting in work on top of my 9-to-5 job. Not a lot of people at my job could even compare to what I'm doing outside of my 9-to-5 work as far as lifting weights and eating correctly. So I just knew subconsciously that I was doing a lot of things better than most people were trying to do for themselves. And as a result, I would just have subconscious confidence building up within. Also, going out, buying clothes that I personally avoided looking at and buying for years, I now started feeling good and feeling confident wearing these clothes. Like, for example, wife beaters and like those compression tank tops. I would never see myself wearing that, but guys, now I wear that to the gym almost every day now when I want to work out when it's super hot. And just overall going to the gym, hitting some personal records here and there. And for the first time, I actually liked the man that I was becoming in the mirror. But like I said, guys, do not get me wrong, the work never stops. But it did stop feeling like a punishment, and overall started to feel like a privilege to be able to go to work every day, build on my character, build on my physique every single day. And like I said, I realized I wasn't just losing weight, I was building a life I didn't want to escape from. So for any of you guys watching this and you're feeling stuck where I was, trust me, I know exactly how you feel both physically and mentally. I know what it's like to feel invisible, to avoid mirrors like I was saying, to just simply hate looking at yourself in photographs because you knew that you didn't like the way you were looking and you would try to avoid taking photographs at all costs. But I want you to know, guys, that your life can change completely in just 1 year. Please believe that. You can have energy, confidence, and purpose. The only thing standing between you and that life that you envision, as far as like the best version and the best looking version of yourself, is the decision to start today, guys. So before I end this video, guys, here's what I want you to do. Just simply drop a comment and say I'm in, so I know that you're starting today. And don't forget to subscribe, because I'm going to be giving you the real raw truths about weight loss and fat loss in general. No filters, no sugarcoating, so you never have to feel lost again.